Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Dojinshi, as you can clearly see, and today we are going to be doing something that I did not plan on doing, but it is like almost 10:30 at night, and I don't know what I was supposed to be doing at this moment, but this is what I'm doing now. You see, oh shit, we are going to be doing something a little bit different. You see, the term NSFW means one thing, and it means that something is not safe for work. Clearly, what I'm doing right now is incredibly not safe for work. And fuck, is it really just going on my legs. Okay. And you see, if we're going to be doing something that is not safe for work, we're going to be doing something that is only not safe for work. Discussing what we believe to be, or at least I believe in my own professional opinion, as you can clearly see. I've made a lot of good life decisions. You see, something that is incredibly not safe for work is something that is necessary to my profession and everything that is in it. Not necessarily anything that I have reviewed myself, even though my very, very early videos may have some things that relate to it. You see, not safe for work is specifically shown with one certain thing. Rule 34. Rule 34 is an incredibly useful thing in my line of work, even though I don't review it, at least not all that much. But what I can tell you is that there is nothing more crucial towards my work and my entire being than Rule 34. It is, in fact, something that I believe to not only be non-parasitic to the fandom of which you are encompassed, but also it's beneficial, okay? Okay. The reason I believe so is that Rule 34 is, in fact, a necessary evil. At least evil in some ways. I am about to slide off onto the floor. But you know what they say, we ain't got time to bleed. And gravity holds no bounds for me. You see, Rule 34 is in fact something that I believe to specifically be something that is necessary for the grouping at large. You see, let's take some certain things that you believe to not be popular, at least at the moment. Now, regardless of the entirety of the horribleness that has gone on in the workings of Activision Blizzard, and the horribleness of which the workers had been treated, you would like to say that Overwatch was, in fact, a pretty popular game. But I would like to argue that the game is not nearly as popular as some of the ones that are currently out, but those games are much more competitive and usable, specifically for the fact that they have a larger player base and have more solid game mechanics to it, such as, I don't know, I could say Apex, but I wouldn't necessarily use that as a jumping off point. The point I'm trying to make is that when you search up certain characters in any form of Google Images, or any sort of or any sort of imaging system, most likely Google Images, you are likely to find many different official fan sites. But something that has been popping up recently in I recommended, and probably yours if you go down the same avenues as I do, a little channel by the name of My Wife Left Me, So I Decided to Become a YouTuber. Nice picture of that Tim Taylor, whatever the Tim Allen's character in Home Improvement, and and the entirety of his work is, or at least his early work and the stuff that he got popular on, is speed running how fast you could find NSFW content and of a character by simply scrolling through Google Images. Now, that may not sound like the most interesting content because it is often very short, but the content itself is rather interesting to me, specifically for the fact that he only does this for maybe 30 seconds at a time. A particularly hard topic will take maybe a minute at most, but he does find NSFW content on just about everything that he searches, whether it be Steven Universe, Avatar The Last Airbender, Supernatural, whether it be things that don't even really require NSFW works, like Sherlock, for example. Hell, things that haven't even been popular in a long time, such as the movie Kick-Ass that came out a while ago. Oh, you remember that movie? That was one of the closer to the start movies where people got their ass kicked and started bleeding in superhero costumes. You know, before The Boys made it popular, and before Deadpool came around. Those sorts of things where you'll be able to find NSFW characters, even through the strictness that is Google Images, where there's just so much to work with. Now, you see, there's a reason why it's so popular and why it's so easy to come by. Specifically, for the fact that NSFW is always relevant no matter what. Overwatch itself, I would like to say, has at least 25% of its popularity specifically dedicated towards the men, women, and anybody in between, non-binaries included, people who decide to work on projects that revolve around the usage of the models of the characters. You know who you are Widowmaker, Mei, Zafia, hell, McCree, if you really want to get into it. I know his name is changing. I'm not saying I'm changing his name when his name is changed. Until then, I'm calling him McCree. God bless you, Matt Mercer. You are an amazing person. They use the models in them for specifically NSFW content that is posted everywhere until eventually, the great purge, as some people would call it, of the hub, in which case a lot of unverified characters were gotten rid of in an attempt to get rid of people who were, putting illegal types of content onto that website, which was overall a good thing, but it did take out a lot of casualties in the process. Yes, and to all you animators out there who do this sorts of thing, I would like to say my sincerest appreciation upon all of you for doing work that gets you no pay, but still brings so much happiness to groups of people across the world in so many different ways. And I would like to personally say that Rule 34 can extend the life of groups far beyond what they originally are. Do you still think, regardless of how disgusting the actual practice of it is, bronies keep a little bit of the My Little Pony fandom going? And it's a little disturbing, but you can't argue with results, because the results are a little strange. And I would like to personally say that there is no end to this. Shows that have ended years, maybe decades ago, still get NSFW content of it. Do you have any idea how many times I've seen Avatar The Last Airbender be put onto NSFW sites? Of course, the characters are aged up. Don't even try that on me. I know what I'm doing. That is a dedication that is really hard to, work with in a lot of different ways. Hell, Mass Effect ended a long time ago, and then the Legendary Edition came out, and guess what? People got a lot of new updated models that they could use for things. You know exactly what I'm talking about, and you know exactly who I'm referring to. You found those animations on the hub the same way I did, you horny little 13-year-old. But my legs are extremely tired right now, and my balancing has gotten a little bit off. So I'd like to personally say a thank you to every NSFW artist, whether you be a Twitter artist who posts and gets commissions whenever they can, and one who decides to do it for animations for any sort of work that they decide to do, and just the appreciation of the fan base around you. It's a necessary thing that can keep studios going far, far longer than they ever should have. And I cannot for the life of me thank you for the work that you've done. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm kind of tired of being not safe for work, and I'm going to go ahead and go back to doing nothing like I was originally doing, so that I can continue being not safe for work, but in a less hazardous way. So, until next time, I have been the Doctor without my mask on, mostly because I need a little bit of stability when I'm doing this. So, until next time, I've been the Doctor. Remember, have a nice day. Don't be a dick. Wash your hands. Peace.